Hey guys, iPokemon here. Today I'm going to tell you how to build up a collection for free, literally free. The only thing it's going to cost you is time. The only money you'll spend is to go to locals, but I don't really see that as a cost. Because for a lot of people, locals is where you hang out with your friends and stuff, the friends that you see once a week, talk about your decks or whatever you saw recently, or whatever, they're just your friends, innit? And yeah, that's literally and time is obviously a cost. Time is money, you know that phrase, and it's true, time is money. And of course the cost of you travelling and going to events and stuff like that. But honestly, that's it to build up a small collection and growing your way up to build better, bigger collections. So, step one, find somewhere to play. Make some friends and stuff, new friends, or just go to your standard locals, just talk more to people you haven't talked before to. Just build up a smaller community of friends that you, around your friend circle, whatever, just a larger friend circle. And then, of course, go to regionals and stuff like that. YCSs, Euros, all of that stuff. At the same time, you're building, you're going to bigger events, meeting new people, and the main thing is really seeing what people open in their packs. Now, I'm not saying, you get the, I guess you can call it beggars, people that don't really, or they need food, they don't have money for food, or even when people go around, let's say McDonald's and stuff, and they eat people's remainders. I'm not saying to that. All I'm saying is that on product release weekends, when people open boxes, when people open packs, they generally, especially for boxes, they generally want to get a couple of cards in the set. So they'll keep the holos to themselves, they will take out the relevant rares and commons, and the rest they'll literally leave on a table or bin. I think the name for this are called table cards. That's what I call them. I'm not actually sure if that's an actual term. And just imagine, product released weekend, let's say 3 people buy boxes. At our locals it's a lot more than that, but our locals is relatively big. But let's say 3 people on average open a box. In a box you get 24 times 9 cards. What's that? 240 take away 24, so 216 commons, or 216 cards. In that, let's say 120 of them will be absolute rubbish where people don't want the cards, so they will either chuck it away or leave it on the table, usually leave it on the table. But all it takes is for someone to ask, what are you doing with these cards? Can I take them? Can I have them? Do you mind giving them to me? And you've left the locals, or from that one person anyway, you left the locals with 100 more cards. Now, there are a couple ways to get rid of the cards. I think the best way is to literally just hoard the amount of a lot of cards. You ask lots of people. I reckon if you go to locals every week, including going to regionals and YCS and stuff, you'll have a nice amount of cards within a month. A month is only usually 4 locals, but let's say you fit in a regionals in between that. When people get their entry packs, let's say 5 packs for entry or whatever, not everyone wants to keep the cards inside it. They'll take out the relevant cards, or if they pull absolute rubbish, they won't. And they just leave their cards on the table, and that's when you first check if anyone actually wants them, and then you take them, you put them home, put them in your bag. It's not nicking. I don't think it's nicking. Imagine that. Nah, it's not, because that's not nicking cards. It's not nicking cards at all. And eventually you'll build up a nice amount to have. Now, what you can do with these, you chuck them on eBay. People absolutely love buying common bulk on eBay, and you can probably quite easily find someone who actually buys bulk commons. In UK, I know about 10 people that buy bulk commons, and they all range from, let's say, half a penny each to 2p each. So yeah, imagine you have 1,000 commons, which is done over a month or so, and that's £10 if you're going to do 1p each, which I'm happy with. £10. Now, £10 buys you, I think, 3 packs at retail, or let's say $10 will buy you 3 packs, because it will probably be 1 cent a common or something like that. And what I would do in this situation, imagine that you're saving up lots and lots of commons to eventually bulk offload it. I would keep this X £100 or dollars and keep it, and then when someone is selling a collection, look at the collection, see if it's profitable, and then spend your money on that collection. Some people just buy boxes, and there's nothing wrong with buying boxes, but for me personally, spending money on collections and making money from it is the easiest way to make money from the game. Because when people are selling their collections, they don't really give up, they just want a cash boost so they can buy other collections. Usually, people say they're giving up, but that's a video for another time. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. This is how to build up a collection for free, basically. The only cost is time, which actually is quite a lot of time, but if you're going to locals anyway and your trades are really rubbish and you just want a boost, I reckon this is a really good way to get that boost. And if you like this video, let me know, just comment below if you like it. And I reckon I will do a lot more videos related to this, how I actually built up my collection from nothing, literally nothing. I used to do what I just said I did for a good amount of time, and I actually did that. That's how I bought my first box. I went to locals, or friends were just giving away, or even when family members just give away cards, and then you just sell them because you don't know what else to do. And if they're absolute rubbish, you just sell them as long as they're real. And I bought my first box on YouTube with that, and I also bought a master collection with the same money, just offload and offload, stuff like that. And it's actually very, very time consuming up to a certain level, and then it just comes second nature. You'll find that people actually just start giving you commons without you asking for it. So yeah, so that's really how I built up commons to prize cards, I guess. I've got some random prize cards here. They're not really relevant, just random prize cards. But I'm going to hopefully show you how I built up the collection to what I actually have now. What I have now is pretty good, and a very common question is how I built up my collection. So this is really how to build a basic collection. To follow will be how to build up the collections that you currently have. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'm Pokemon. I hope this video was useful. I do like to make videos that help people, and I hope that some people will take this on board and try to do something related to this video, I guess. Building up collection, building up a bunch of commons, hollows even, selling them off, and just seeing where it gets them. Okay, thanks guys for watching. Bye, Pokemon here, and I will see you guys later. It's so nice being in front of a camera.